Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I thought I would do some Pinguicula propagation, so for leaf pullings from Mexican Pinguicula, and it's a really lovely day today, like a proper spring day, really warm. I'm only wearing a jumper for the first time this year, usually I'm out here in fleeces and everything. So I thought it would make a nice video because I've got, I recently did some leaf pullings about a month ago and they've all sprouted now, so I thought I would repot them and at the same time take some more, and I thought it would make a nice little video, so that's what I'll be doing today and I'm just going to get on with it. So here is a tub of propagations that have been successful. So this is the bag that I've been keeping it in, and it was sown on the 25th of January, so it's literally been almost a month, not even that yet, and as you can see I have had a very good success rate with a lot of them. So this is just a mixture, so you can see some Aphrodite in there, the Martinezii, so a couple of the new ones, Airhalerces over here, and the new Yakadu as well. So I've just got a selection of ones in there, and this is a new kind of propagation, I guess, technique. I've never done them on just damp kitchen roll before. I've been speaking to a couple of people who grew Mexican Pinguicula and they said that this is a good method, so I thought I'd try it because I'm always up for trying different things. I usually use sphagnum moss, but this has obviously shown that it's a really good propagation method. So this is something that I'll be replicating at the end of the video, but first of all I'm going to pot up all these ones and then show you how to take more ping pullings, because I've got a selection of ones that I've picked. So these are just some random pings that I've selected that I would like to propagate again. So I've got small baby Tina there, my Airhalerces, which has done wonderfully. That was so small when I got it, and it's just a perfect like shape and structure. My Aphrodite has got really big as well, with loads of new leaves and a flower. I've got my Esseriana out here because I need to divide that anyway. A massive clump of Weezer, which is starting to get its colour, so definitely on this side you can see a really nice pink colour, which is lovely. And I've got my Martinezii, which again, it was really small when I got it and it's getting really big, capturing loads of fruit flies as well in its newest leaves. And then finally my Cyclosector, which has been in like a hybernacular kind of state for a while with its clustered leaves, and is now starting to come out and producing its nice purple colour once again. So these are the ones that I'll be taking some cuttings for and herbal pullings for in a minute. So firstly I'm just going to start by potting these ones up. Okay, so I have decided to put basically all the cuttings into just another like punnet dish. This one's just like a tomato one, which I've drilled some holes into the bottom of it for drainage. I was going to put them into individual pots now, but I thought because they're just starting off, I'll put them all together and then individually repot them once they are a bit bigger. Plus obviously it's about space as well. I don't have masses of space, so it'll be best to put them all in one place until I know, you know, which ones I want to have in individual pots, etc, etc. I've quickly whipped up a just a media in here, which is just sphagnum moss, a bit of peat moss and some perlite, which is just a mixture really I use for most of my pings, mainly just sphagnum and perlite, but I've made up this one just for in here, and then I'm just going to place the media in here. It doesn't have to be that deep because pings don't have deep root systems as it is, and these ones don't even have roots. Well, a couple of them do. I've noticed the Tinas and the Weezers are starting to get roots where the other ones haven't. And then just even it out on the surface like this. And this will be my media. Now I'm just going to quickly moisten it through with a watering can. So the media is nice and moist now, and I'm simply going to take my propagations from this dish and pick them up one by one and place them on the soil. So this is a Tina leaf, which you can see here, it's got its first little root at the bottom here, and it's got really nice like grown, it's got a couple of new leaves coming, and I'm just going to evenly space these out in a similar kind of pattern that they were in that tub on the soil, just so they're sitting up like that, and then they'll naturally root down. So similar with this Weezer here, which has already got roots, they will just be placed on the soil and the roots will eventually work their way down. I'm just going to repeat this process by taking all the cuttings and placing them, so you can see where the cuttings are going to grow, because eventually the leaves that I use for the propagations will no longer be on the plant. So as you can see from this Weezer, most of the leaf is already gone because it's gone see-through, and eventually that will just come off and they'll be ready to be on their own. So you could place them in a row, so you can see these three, they're all going to be in a row here, and eventually the leaves will go. So then I could place them just a little bit of distance away from each other to where I put the next one. So with this Aphrodite, I can place it at the end here, so there'll be a big gap between these two plants after the leaves have gone, and just space them out evenly. So actually this one is a really nice Aphrodite here. Don't know if I can get that to focus there. It's a really nice sized little cutting with a nice root as well, which I'll just place here on the soil. You can tuck them in if you wish, or I'm just going to leave mine and they eventually make their way down. So the little Martinezii, so I'm moving on to the smaller leaves now, which is quite a nice little propagation for the Martinezii. And I could probably fit a couple here. So this one is a baby Weezer leaf here, which are quite harder to see. But I'm just going to place them in rows like this, and then just carry on with the last few. So there's actually a couple, if I just actually hold this one up, there's two leaves, as you can see, one a little bit further down and one on the end. This is a Weezer again. And then just finishing it off with the Ehalursi and the Yuccadil on the end. So as long as they're in contact with the media, then eventually they'll root down. And then finally one more here, and that's what we've got. They've produced a really nice little display of all the cuttings on the media here. Some of them got roots, some of them don't, but when they all grow it'll make a nice little display. So now I'm going to take some more pullings off of the plants that I have selected. So I'm going to use exactly the same kitchen roll method that I showed at the start of the video. So I've just wiped out and cleaned the tub they were originally in, and I got myself some more kitchen roll. So this is just normal kitchen roll that you would use, and I've cut it to size and folded it in half, and then I just lay it in the bottom of the container, and then use either just by spraying water on the top, or just, you know, dribbling a bit of water on top just so it's moist but not damp or sogging. So I use a spray bottle to do that, so I've just got a spray bottle here which I just use to moist the surface of the top and just let it soak in. Unfortunately this is an empty spray bottle, so it hasn't gone all the way through, but I'll just let that all soak in and then I will resume. So now I'm simply going to select a couple of leaves of the plant. So if I just start with my Pinguicula Weezer, so this one has got tons of leaves. In theory I could probably take multiple propagations of this, but I select a leaf that is just underneath the plant like that, and then they're so easy that just pull off, just wiggle them off like that, and then I just lay them on top. So you don't need to push them or anything, they don't obviously ever need to be buried, just on the surface. So the main thing is as long as they're in contact with the moisture, and just continue to take a couple of leaves. So I'll probably take 3, might as well take one off the top as well, and then place it on the top. And then I'll select a couple of others. So this is my Martinezii, and I'm just going to wiggle on the leaves off of there. There you go, so there's the leaf there. I'll just take one of those from the Martinezii just because it hasn't got many leaves as it is, and I'm really liking it as a plant so far. So even small leaves like the Ehalursi, which I got 3 propagations of in my last attempt, and has been catching some really small baby fruit flies. I'm just going to again take some leaves, so make sure to hold the plant down, you don't want to uproot because of how delicate they are, and just pull off a couple of leaves. I might take 2 off of this one. So just really gently making sure to keep the plant intact and not uprooting it in any way. I'll take a couple more off of my Tina. This is my baby Tina, which I did from a leaf pulling last year, so it's got quite big. And I'll just take a couple of leaves off and place them. Now I might as well, I might take one for the Aphrodite as well. I just brought out a few pings here just to see what I wanted to take. The Aphrodite's still got a couple of old leaves that got damaged originally when I got it. So I'm just going to hold the plant again. And there we go. So there's a leaf of the Aphrodite, which I'm not going to take any more of that one as well. I might just take a couple. What I'll just do is take one of each, because I've got a few out here, of the Cyclosector, because I haven't done that one in a while. I've got a big pot of that in the other room, which I did just before winter. And then I'll take a couple of these. I'm running out of space. I'll organise these in a second, but I'm just taking a couple more. So as long as you've got the nice white tip, which is where it comes in contact with the plant, then it's really high chance to get a good successful leaf pulling. So I think this is all I'm going to take for now, and it's as simple as that. And then I'm going to use the same bag as before, so I'm literally just going to take this, slide it into a Ziploc bag. Alternatively, I usually use a lid, so these tubs do come with lids, but I have misplaced the lids, so I haven't found any. But yeah, you could easily pick these up, these little Tupperware box, either from shops, or if you have like curries or takeaways or anything like that, they're perfect to like recycle to use for propagation. And then once in the Ziploc bag, I will zip it up, but not all the way, just about halfway, just so it has a bit of airflow in there, and then I'll just leave it. So I'll write the date on it, and they'll take about a month, as I've seen from my other ones. And this is just a really quick, simple way to take leaf pullings from Pinguicula. So that was a rundown on how to propagate Pinguicula, Mexican Pinguicula, from leaf pullings. So it's a really simple process, which is really quick to do. So as long as you've got Mexican Pinguicula, and you know, so you can use so many different stuff, so any pot really, as long as you keep it moist all the time. That's why I provide either a lid or a bag, just to keep the moisture up. So I don't usually need to moisten the damp towel again. Sometimes I will, like, depends obviously how dry it gets, obviously keep an eye on it. But I just, as long as it's in a bright space, I keep mine under grow lights. Sometimes I'll keep them on the windowsill. Then there's a really quite high success rate. It's so much quicker than taking them from seed or anything like that. So definitely a great way to propagate them, and it's really easy as well. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you have a nice day.